Hello dear viewers and welcome back to our channel. We are so excited to have you here today as we dive into a story that has recently captured the attention of royal watchers worldwide. Whether you've been following the royal family for years or you're just intrigued by the latest updates, today's video is one you definitely won't want to miss. Today we're focusing on a fascinating and somewhat surprising development involving Queen Camilla and Duchess Sophie of Edinburgh. This story goes beyond simple royal duties and ventures into the realm of legacy, philanthropy, and family dynamics. Duchess Sophie has been doing some extraordinary work that has earned her comparisons to the late Princess Diana, known as the People's Princess. But what makes this especially interesting is how this impacts Queen Camilla, who, despite her position of power, may find herself facing unexpected challenges. So, what's the full story behind this, and how does it all play out within the royal family? Let's break it down and uncover the intricate details. Before we get started, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and share your thoughts with us in the comment section below. We love hearing your opinions on royal affairs, and we can't wait to read what you think about today's story. Now let's dive into the royal drama. Recently, Duchess Sophie of Edinburgh has been making waves with her humanitarian efforts, which have drawn significant attention. What makes her charitable endeavors especially noteworthy is the fact that she has been compared to the late Princess Diana, who, as we know, was beloved for her charitable work and dedication to causes that truly made a difference. Sophie, just like Diana, has been using her royal platform to draw attention to vital issues that impact people across the world, particularly those living in conflict zones or enduring the trauma of violence. Sophie's work in raising awareness for vulnerable women and girls in war zones has placed her firmly in the spotlight. It's clear that she is following in Diana's footsteps, taking up causes that focus on the most vulnerable members of society, those who need the support of powerful figures to amplify their voices. Her recent visit to war-ravaged Sudan was historic, marking her as the first working royal to visit the country. In doing so, Sophie not only shed light on the plight of young girls and women in these areas, but also brought global attention to the issues of sexual violence and genocide, which are often overlooked in mainstream media. But what makes this all the more interesting is the juxtaposition with Queen Camilla. While Sophie's profile continues to rise, Queen Camilla has worked tirelessly to solidify her role as queen consort. It's impossible to ignore the historical context here, as Camilla was once considered the other woman in the troubled marriage of Prince Charles and Princess Diana. For years, she was the subject of public scrutiny, with many royal watchers aligning her with the breakdown of Charles and Diana's marriage. In the years since, Camilla has worked hard to shed that controversial image and establish herself as a respected figure within the royal family. But now, as Sophie's work continues to receive widespread praise, the question arises: does Sophie's rise in popularity pose a challenge to Camilla's status? And how will Queen Camilla navigate the increasing attention surrounding Sophie's efforts? To truly understand the significance of Sophie's growing role within the royal family, we must take a closer look at her humanitarian work. As mentioned, her trip to Sudan marked a major moment in royal history. She became the first working royal to visit a war zone of this magnitude, an unprecedented step in bringing awareness to the horrors faced by millions of displaced people, particularly women and children. During her visit, Sophie not only met with survivors of violence, but also took the time to hear their stories, something that is often rare for public figures. Sophie's dedication to these causes can't be understated. She's not just visiting these areas for photo ops. She's actively engaging with the people affected, helping to raise awareness about their plight, and working to mobilize resources for those who need them most. Her efforts have drawn parallels to Princess Diana's own pioneering work, particularly her involvement with the Halo Trust, an organization focused on removing landmines from conflict zones. Diana was known for her courage in stepping into dangerous environments to help others, and Sophie is clearly continuing this legacy by tackling equally gritty and urgent issues. The comparison between Sophie and Diana was recently discussed by royal expert Katie Nicholl, who pointed out that both women, despite their royal status, were willing to engage with difficult and often dangerous issues to bring attention to those suffering. Nickel noted that both Diana and Sophie share physical similarities, from their blonde hair to their beauty, but it's their shared commitment to social causes that has truly defined their legacies. The late Princess Diana, of course, became a beloved figure for her work with landmines and her involvement with organizations such as the Red Cross. Sophie's current efforts are in a similar vein, as she works to raise awareness about sexual violence and genocide. But how does Queen Camilla feel about this rising star within the royal family? The dynamic between the two women is intriguing, especially considering Camilla's own struggles to gain acceptance within the royal fold. While Camilla has worked hard to establish her position as queen consort, Sophie's increasing visibility in the public eye has raised questions about the future role of each woman in the monarchy. Will Camilla and Sophie work together on charitable causes, or will the increasing attention on Sophie create tension within the family? To better understand the significance of Sophie's work and how it aligns with Princess Diana's legacy, we need to explore the cultural and historical context surrounding the philanthropic efforts of both women. Princess Diana's involvement with the Halo Trust in the 1990s was a defining moment not just for her, but for the royal family as a whole. Diana was not afraid to step into the most dangerous situations to raise awareness about the dangers of landmines. Her famous photo in an active minefield in Angola is one of the most iconic images of her charity work, and it cemented her legacy as a royal who truly cared for the most vulnerable people in society. Diana's approach to charity was groundbreaking in the way it broke away from traditional royal duties. She didn't simply attend charity galas or events. She immersed herself in the causes she cared about, risking her own safety to bring attention to issues that were often ignored. This is the same spirit that Sophie seems to be embodying with her work in Sudan and her advocacy for women in war zones. The cultural impact of these royal women's charitable work cannot be overstated. Diana's legacy revolutionized the way royalty interacts with the public and charity, and Sophie's efforts are helping to carry that torch forward. Her work highlights the evolving role of the royal family, one that is becoming increasingly more involved in global issues and social justice causes. But Sophie's rise to prominence also has implications for the royal family's internal dynamics. As the public continues to shower her with praise for her work, Queen Camilla must navigate the growing interest in Sophie's activities, while also maintaining her own position in the royal family. What does this mean for the future of the monarchy? And how will these two women coexist in their respective roles? Sophie's humanitarian efforts are creating a lasting impact, not only within the royal family but also in the broader world. By continuing the work that Princess Diana began, Sophie is establishing herself as a key figure in royal philanthropy, and her influence is only growing. From her work in Sudan to her advocacy for sexual violence victims, Sophie is proving that royalty can still be a powerful force for good in the world. As for Queen Camilla, her role within the royal family has been solidified, but the rise of Sophie as a humanitarian powerhouse poses an interesting dynamic for the monarchy. Will the two women collaborate on future charitable endeavors, or will the competition for the spotlight grow? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain. Sophie's efforts are leaving a lasting legacy that is not only honoring Princess Diana, but also shaping the future of royal philanthropy. What do you think about Duchess Sophie's growing role within the royal family? Do you believe she is following in Princess Diana's footsteps, or is she creating her own legacy? How do you feel about Queen Camilla's position in light of Sophie's increasing visibility? We'd love to hear your thoughts, so make sure to leave a comment below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of our future royal updates. We have plenty more exciting stories lined up, and we want you to be part of the conversation. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in our next video. Stay tuned for more royal news, and take care.